quite a sensitive topic, isn't it? How should I start? Hey guys, here we are on our first tips and tricks video to start out the series. And I really wanted to start with something strong that many people can relate to, but at the same time haven't had the chance to really think about it too much or try to understand it. So I'm gonna be speaking about the 3 priorities in life, and that is physique, or also known as healthy lifestyle. The next thing is success, which can be various kind of things. And the third one is obviously family. It may seem quite easy to balance only 3 things in your life, but the more you think about it, the more you realize that's not the case. People start thinking differently at different kind of ages. Some do it at 16, some do it at 30, some do it at 18, and some do it at 60. And some people don't even get to think as adults. So this is something that we're going to be covering in this video. The moment when you realize the value of money and what that thought-through, totally unnecessary monetary talking can give you is the moment when you start seeing things differently. Same goes for family. The moment when you start spending most of your time with your partner and you realize that this is the person that you're going to spend your life with, you start seeing things differently. And lastly, the moment when you start pushing yourself, and I mean your mental strength. The moment you start giving 120% of your mental strength to achieve something that you haven't achieved before on a physical level is the moment when you start seeing things differently. And trust me, that is all you need. And you should be embracing that and be ready to get there and just crush it, you know? It's all about you at the end of the day. It's all about you developing yourself. It's all about where do you want to be and where do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years. Having said that, I think it's time to dive into the first priority, and that is physique, or also known as healthy lifestyle. And here comes the question of the day. Do you have any sport-related hobbies? And if yes, what are they? Leave a comment down below and let me know. Being able to keep your physique at the same level as your mental strength is something incredibly important. And let me tell you, that follows with its complexity. People think that it's easy to transform their bodies in 3 months, or as they say,
transform your body in 9 to 12 weeks.
And yes, trust me, it may be easy to get that body of yours for 3 months if you're consistent with eating, sleep, and at the same time workout sessions. But trust me, if you're not consistent, and if you don't keep your mental strength at the same level you've had it for the last 3 months, that Apollonic body of yours will be gone as quick as you got it.
Fuck you!
On that point, the key to good physique or healthy lifestyle is consistency, considerably good eating regime, and a good bulk load of sleep. Something that unfortunately I'm lacking of. But seriously, I can tell you from a personal standpoint of view that sleep is highly overvalued. I tend to sleep 5 to 6 hours a day during the work week and about 9 hours throughout the weekend. And by the way, that's when I compensate for the past 5 days where I slept 5 to 6 hours. And here comes the first tip of the video. I suggest that you spread your sleep throughout the whole week rather than day by day. And I'm sure you can relate to that. Having in mind everybody had a time when they went out and they barely got any sleep. What do you think happens on the next day? Well, guess what? You sleep for about 12 hours of the day. Of course, you have the opportunity to go for it. But yes, that's what I mean. You don't need to spend a certain day every day for 9 hours a day sleep. No, you can have one day with about 2 or 4 hours and then compensate on the next day for it. Of course, you should just realize that you need to have a certain type of priorities in your life, and if you have any tasks to do, you need to schedule that around that. Following up on the topic of sleep, that brings me to my next point, the next priority, success. Sleep is crucial, but when somebody wants to achieve something, or they want to become better than someone, that person realizes that they need to give away something else. They need to spend more time working on that goal to be able to be successful. What that also means is they have to cut down either on a hobby, or interest, family, or, you guessed it right, sleep. I personally prefer spending less time sleeping and more time developing myself and spending time with my partner, because that's the way that things work for me. But that doesn't mean that you should be the same. Another thing to have in mind is that success comes in various ways. For some, success may be winning a competition. For some, success may be buying a new apartment. Success may be having a family, or having a big family, or just having a partner next to you in those tough moments. Success can mean everything that a person wants. And that brings me to my next point. It all comes down to desire, consistency, and time. My second tip of today's video is be consistent. Make sure you have a daily routine, whatever it may be, whether waking up at 5 a.m. or it's waking up at 11 a.m. or waking up at 2 p.m. Just make sure it works on your schedule. Make sure it allows you to fully concentrate on whatever you want to succeed, and that way you truly achieve success. How I tend to plan most of my days is for a schedule that sits in my kitchen, and that includes such stuff as Tuesday and Friday. I'm gonna be waking up a bit earlier so that I can leave a bit earlier from work and spend more time with my partner. Or work out 3 times per week. The Wednesday workday for me, for example, ends up quite late, about 7 or 8 p.m. And that means it's time to hit the gym. I must say that it's hard getting into that work hard, train hard regime, but it will be only for the first few weeks, trust me. The moment you start smashing those first few weeks, you realize the benefits that come down the line with all of
this consistency.
And alongside that, you'll see that everything else comes with an ease. You'll be more stress released, you'll be happier, and you have so much time to do whatever the you want. And lastly, all training days of mine end up with reading. And of course, planning my next YouTube video. Oh, and also Friday is a date night. Can't say no to that. The last and final point of this video is family. Somebody that you can count on during those hard times. Somebody that will say hello to you when you're home and when you're down throughout the whole hard day you've had. Or somebody that will tell you that you've had this disgusting haircut. Oh. Thank you, baby. So yeah, basically those 1, 2, 3 or however many people that can be in your life that bring you pure happiness, and nothing can be better than that, trust me. Some of you may ask, but what about social life and friends? Well, some of those come inside family. Being able to call a friend of yours family, it's an honor. That means that you consider them one of your closest people on planet Earth. And here comes the third tip of the day. It's hard finding those people, I know, trust me. But when you do, make sure you stick on to them. Because life is short. People might be mean. And trust me, not that many people around the whole world would care as much as you do care about yourself. And those people will certainly be very close to that line. Change friend circles if you feel like you're not into the right path. If you feel like you're not into the desired way that you want to be in 5 to 10 years. Or change something in your life that will drastically get you to the right direction that you want to be in. And researchers have said that you should be following the 20, 30 and 50% rule. 20% represent the people that you rarely hang out with and they consider you kind of your mentor. These are the people that you can give life advices to, and these are the people that have not yet reached this life stage that they want to, or the stage that you're currently at, and you can really add value in those conversations. 50% represent the people that you hang out on a day-to-day basis throughout the whole week. These may be people that you see through different kind of hobbies. These may be your friends, but not necessarily your closest friends. And these are just people that are on the same life path as you. So maybe same age or same interests, maybe not yet developed throughout their career, etc., whatever it may be. Because you might be super developed, and actually those 50% are people that are also super developed. And lastly, here comes the most important percentage, the 30%. These are the people that you look up to. These are the people that are kind of your mentors. These are the people as you represent to the 20%. So they can give you those advices that will definitely lead you to so much knowledge, and they will open your mind to be able to succeed on whatever it is. Those people you should be aiming to spend 30% of your time, because those people are probably very busy and they like to implement time management and their schedules are pretty tight. So trust me, spending 30% of your time, if you can, with those people will massively increase the success in your life, whatever it may be. Having said all of that, I think it's time for the conclusion. I want you to think about your life and where do you want to be in the next 2, 3, 5, 10 years. Try to prioritize and put them in those 3 categories that I just spoke about. Physique, or also known as healthy lifestyle. Success, whatever it may be. And last but most important, family. An advice from me would be to focus on physique and family at the early stage of your life. Then swap physique with success, and at the end, let it be all family. And of course, it's not as easy as it sounds, but trust me, necessarily having some sort of a plan definitely helps. I've personally been focused for around 10 years on my physique and on my family and friends. And now I think it's the right time for me to push more on success. I'll be spending the next 10 years trying to pursue my personal success alongside my family and friends as a pure asset and happiness. And with that, I would like to end this video. So thank you all so much for joining and see you on the next one. See ya!